Welcome to Australia's most prestigious award in big business and politics, the Scam of the Week. And what a feast of scams we have for you today. We've got Rex Airlines. Will it be bailed out? Yet another taxpayer. Corporate welfare rescue. We've got Peter Dutton cavorting about with creepy war criminals overseas. We've got the gambling industry notching up its 1 millionth ad in a year, while the government yet dithers over its gaming report and the 31 recommendations that Peter Murphy made. We've also got Gladys Berejiklian, good old Gladys, going down in her appeal against the ICAC judgment. And how profoundly sus is PwC. Here was PwC, again, before the Joint Parliamentary Committee inquiry into Shonky Consultants and their Australian chairman, Kevin Burrows, the multi-million-dollar man, telling the senators that he had been victim of a misunderstanding. This quiet $1.2 million payment, hitherto undisclosed, from PwC Global, that he hadn't told the politicians about when they first asked. This is the payment from the mob which did the supposedly independent report, Linklaters, which is yet to see the light of day. PwC obstructing justice. They should be done cold for contempt of Parliament. The Parliament has these powers to fine people in contempt, and they should fine PwC in contempt. Hit them with the book that for still refusing to cooperate with the Parliament and disclose the Linklaters report into the tax leak scandal. Anyway, Kevin got another secret 1.2 million on top of his fat salary, and then he couldn't recall. He said, "I feel there has been a misunderstanding on this matter. It was always going to be the fact that this was going to be disclosed to partners," said Kevin. "So I don't concur with the idea that we have tried to hide this at all. No, Kevin, not at all. You're a victim of a misunderstanding, like all the other misunderstandings, the showers of misunderstandings over PwC. Meanwhile, they're trying to worm their way back in to lavish government consulting gigs again." Now, sports betting, that toxic industry which is subject to a government report done by the since-deceased Peter Murphy, Labor stalwart. They're still dithering 1 year later. Who said that political donations don't work? Nobody. We're still waiting like Godot for the report into the recommendations of Peter Murphy's report a year down the track. Meanwhile, the gambling industry has notched up its 1 millionth ad for the year while they've been delaying. And over in aviation land, it emerged that Rex Airlines boss Neville Howell has had a howler. Just 6 days before the airline fell into the warm embrace, the loving embrace of its liquidators from EY, it emerged that Neville had just 6 days earlier pulled a nifty new employment contract. No preference payment there, no preferential payment there. He locked himself in for a year just 6 days before the airline crashed. What a surprise, extending his terms with EY. Then kaboom, Rex bites the dust. They should just allow foreign airlines in to compete, were it not for the traditional grovelling of our politicians to Qantas. But how about our federal opposition leader? Oh, he's had a big week. He disappeared and he turned up in Israel. There he was, shaking hands with the creepy racist Isaac Herzog, the president of Israel, the guy who claimed that Palestinian children read Mein Kampf in their lounge rooms. Here he was, while Israel, in the same week that Israel bombed not one, but 4 other countries, they kept their murder rate high. The big debate was whether it was okay to gang rape Palestinians. There were politicians, people defending the gang rape of Palestinians. And they murdered the guy they were supposed to be in peace negotiations with, while Pete was there and his whole family to boot. Good one, Pete. And let's not forget that Israel has now lifted its murder tally of journalists to 165 in less than 1 year, smashing the 67 journalists killed during the entirety of World War II. 7 years for 67 journalists, 10 months for 165 slain in Gaza. The maths tells the story. And silence here from our mainstream media, as usual. They continue to miss the story of the century. The story, according to them, was some noise about an anti-Semitic worker, or someone they claim was anti-Semitic, from Officeworks, the Westfarmers group, who refused to laminate some Israel propaganda. She was filmed without her consent. She was doxxed amid calls for her to be dismissed. And she was disgraced nationally as an anti-Semite on Rupert's ridiculous Sky News. Just like that poor woman, the Qantas hostie, who wore the tiny Palestinian pin badge at work and found herself on Sky News and subject to 7,000 complaints. So Peter Dutton has won the gold in this Olympic week. He gets the highest honour in modern Australia, the scam of the week. Come home, Peter, and show us your nuclear costings. Please like, share and subscribe in the space below, and thank you for your support.